2. Heat 3. Quick step. And thank you, Heat 3. Heat 1, the waltz.
So here we go, the last 24 in this fabulous competition. Competition where future world champions are born. Starting with the waltz, 24 couples, 2 heats of 12 couples, and the headache has already begun for the judges. What will they be looking for now? Well, to start with, really, the shape of the body, the core, the tonal balance of the body, and then the body postural position with your partners. And that is all carried above a beautiful base, always on balance, never overstretched, being supported by wonderful articulated feet. So there's not a lot really, just takes you a few hundred years to get, that's all. And of course, floor craft is one of those parts, and that wasn't particularly good floor craft. It's very rare actually you ever see any of these professionals hit each other, such is their ability. Nice right lunge there. And whereas earlier in the week the predominant colour of dresses was white, tonight we're seeing many, many different colours in this game. So heat 1, you finished your first waltz. And now the turn of heat 2.
Thank you, Heat 1. We'll now have Heat 2 to the floor.
And again, very few white dresses out there. In fact, I don't think there is one plain white dress in this 24. Champion last year, Marat and Alina. Obviously not dancing this year. This is one tide that is always open. The winners never rise again. They're already risen. Started this competition at 3:15 this afternoon with 232 couples from 29 different countries. Of course, I mentioned what will the judges be looking for. And then again, floor craft that maybe could be avoided, but that guy is going the wrong way around the floor, was he not? But there's also that feeling, the word heart, that extra little bit that takes you beyond the basic format into being a champion.
And thank you, heat 2.
Slow foxtrot next.
Heat 1. Slow foxtrot.
And I do believe this is the only competition in the world where foxtrot is the second dance. Normally you do waltz, tango and then foxtrot. The reverse wave is a popular step. I think we've seen almost everybody do it so far. Great shaping, but maybe the young lady went to the wrong side of the man's body in order to do it. Something that will be watched by these judges. Remember, it's the lady's position to the man's right side, and the stretch happens from his centre to the right. Someone there doing an extended back feather, and we were talking earlier in the week with Stephen Hillier, MBE, about the footwork and the rise and fall of that feather and how it should be stretched through the ankle and taken through onto a toe. And you see a lot of people drop that foot. A really exciting competition to watch because you never know what is going to happen in this competition.
Thank you, heat 1. Heat 2.
There will be couples dancing in this round, hoping to make the final and maybe not even getting into the semi-final. This, above all, is probably the competition of the greatest heartbreaks and the greatest euphoria. Both there dancing a feather reverse, and you could see then the total different interpretations musically as well as technically. Talking earlier to Lorraine Bariki about a lady's part in this Ballroom Championship, and she was saying that the lady is at least 50%. She actually jokingly said she was 51%. I think maybe they're even more than that. So some of the ladies maybe could help a little bit more. There has to be an activity through the back that creates that speed, that change of texture as you're dancing round. A young British couple there, Richard and Morgan. For those of you that are more astute, you will notice this difference in the way they hold the left hand, whether it's the thumb or not the thumb. That is the question.
Thank you, heat 2.
So now the dramatic tango.
Heat 1. Third dance, tango.
And those of you watching down in the Planet Room, you might not remember this, but when this place was first built in 1896, you are actually sitting where there was a Ferris wheel. Long since gone, of course, otherwise some of you would be now moving quite rapidly into the air. It was removed in 1930 in an attempt to make the place a little bit better and to provide a big nightclub in 1930. Of course, that was to coincide with the start of what probably is the true British Championships now, certainly the professional ballroom and the amateur ballroom championships, which started in 1931. A position in promenade there where, as you come out of promenade, the lady should still remain behind the man's body, or at least behind his hip, and come forward in the same position as she remains for the rest of the dance. Unfortunately, one or two didn't do that.
Thank you, heat 1. Heat 2. Tango.
The ballroom now absolutely packed. Not an empty seat anywhere in the place. 3,000 seats this place has. That's including the top balcony. Still one or two couples out there who maybe could work a little bit more on their discipline, on their sharpness of body position and body posture on a permanent basis, and one or two of them still using arms to create a shape rather than through the knees and their feet. Shape starts very much lower in ballroom, and that's what gives the top the stillness that you see in the top champions. So there's 3 dances gone now, and we're now ready for the 4th and final dance in this 24. And of course, it's a quick step.
Heat 1. This is your last chance and your last dance of this round. Quick step.
So here we go, the quick step. And for those of you that have danced on this floor or will be dancing later on in the week, this is probably one of the very few sprung floors left in the world today. And by sprung, I mean truly sprung. Underneath this floor, this white floor is actually laid on top of the original parquet floor, but that parquet floor is supported by none less than 1,320 springs, 4-inch springs supporting the joists. And it's that gives this floor that slight movement that makes it so nice to dance on. Of course, anybody that's danced over in the Tower Ballroom, well, that one has an even bigger spring, but that's not because the floor's sprung, but because it covers such a big space. Oops. A slight mistiming there. Still not quite back together. Oh dear, I think she's unfortunately doesn't look as though she's looking too good. There's still a little bit of bumping that should not happen at this standard of competition. You would never see it with the top couples, never.
Thank you, Heat 1. Heat 2. This is your last dance and your last chance. Quick step.
Yeah, the last chance to get those extra marks that are needed. 11 judges out there. So this next 1 minute and 45 seconds could get you into the semi-final or not. Nice light action there. I mentioned earlier in the senior competition that the judges had a difficult task because the couples are brilliant one moment and then the next moment they tend to lose their composure. And this one is no exception, this competition. And again, a bang that should not happen. This is really down to, well, I must do my choreography instead of I must dance. The crowd now are really starting to lift. By the time we get to the semi-final, the noise, I'm sure, will be deafening. And as we finish with Anything Goes, we finish that round of the Rising Star Professional Ballroom Championships for 2012. Which 12 will be back? We shall find out very quickly.